imagine I came in there and see what's going on, say what's up to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, that's how it is, man. That's it. Okay, so I want you to tell, um, what's the part? Excuse me, what's the part that I just gonna say? So I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. So this is gonna be a story, like very story, completely story for y'all. So that story is gonna be, um, that story, the story name called. This is gonna be the story. It's just called. I'm just to tell y'all the story about what it was. So you know, the name of a story called Monsters versus Army, like warriors, war, whatever you want to call it. So I guess y'all didn't know about Monster versus Army. So yeah, you know how it is, you know. So okay, so you know, basically of a true story. So it's gonna be a true story about it, definitely. Monsters versus Army. So yeah. So let's talk it about that. About telling the story. So Army is like it was an army. So the guys actually has a army, the army clothes, and he has a he has a gun in his back. So when he's an army guy, so he was an army, he definitely an army. So when he definitely if he like army and stuff like that, warriors and whatever, warriors is like the guy actually he's a warrior. So the warrior is actually the dude has a sword. Yeah, the dude have a sword, and I can't even imagine when the dude has a sword and he kills everybody. Technically, he ain't kills everybody. He actually has a sword and he has to protect the bad, a bad whatever bad. So yeah. So the dude actually has a gun. He actually and the one dude, like army dude, he was saying, like he been saying, "Hey, get your over here and do it whatever he said." But this one dude actually, he been army since day one. So when he was a kid, he was growing up. His dad was the army. So his dad was the army, but he died from when he was miss his dad. So when he was miss his dad, he also became an army. So he growing up that he became an army. So his mom was proud of him. So he was proud of himself, but technically he was definitely proud. So his mom was proud. So his mom his mom was telling him that I'm so proud of you, son. And then he told her that thank you. So the army actually, there's a whole bunch of tanks everywhere. Trucks, tanks, or whatever you want to call it. So I know for sure that the one guy actually, he's an army, But yeah, he is an army. But everybody still an army, including the one guy. He definitely an army. So, long story short, well, technically is not a long story short, but listen. Like, days later, when the monsters came in and through the monster came and they're like monsters and it flew up in the air. So the monsters actually definitely, you have 1,000 monsters. So the monster baby comes out in the egg. So the monsters growing like a tree. Well, technically, monsters came in through a tree somewhere. It won't came in through a tree somewhere where they find out where they got them monster eggs from. They got 1,000 eggs, and then the guy said, let me check it out and see what's going on. So the monster eggs actually hatched from the eggs. So this dude was walking and he's seeing like type of all the monsters eggs everywhere. So this dude actually seeing the whole monsters, not seeing the whole monster, but this dude actually, he came in at the egg. Well, he came in the tree, the woods, and he walks in, and he walks like this, and he actually walks in whatever he want to walk. He always walks in. So he actually walks whatever. He technically walks, or whatever he do. He actually walks in in the tree. So this dude actually saw a monster eggs. So everywhere is definitely everywhere is the eggs. So when monster growing like a really baby, this dude actually carried a baby with the monster in it. So this dude was finding out, like, they were saying, who is that? And then the little kids the little kids would seem scared because, and then the monster, the one kid, he's a kid. The one kid actually, no, the puppy, the dogs, and the barking go wow wow wow, and then the monster angry and mad go like this, and the dog was go like wow 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 wow, and the monster go like this, rah! and the dog's scared of him. So okay, so the army guy, and then the army, I don't know what the Coast Army, something like that. Yeah, the Coast Army. So the Coast Army said, the part that he said, when the one dude was an army, okay. So the one dude is on. Look, the one dude is saying, the one dude Coast Army said, I can't think of what the dude said. I don't know what he was saying, but the Coast Army, yeah, the Coast Army said, like, you know what I'm saying? Then, so the Coast Army said, you ready for the fight? Yes, sir. You ready for the fight? Yes, sir. You ready for the fight? Yes, sir. So Coast Army said to them, and Coast Armies go like this: you ready for the fight? And the soldiers, all soldiers say, yes, sir. You ready for the fight? Yes, sir. You ready for the fight? Yes, sir. Then, the dude actually, he's a good looking dude and all that. So when it's crazy, it was crazy about what it is. So this dude actually and the coach soldier, whatever the guy name or whatever he was, and the dude was standing, and the one dude, they was laughing and giggle. They was laughing and giggle from everywhere. So they laugh and giggle. Then the soldier coach said, what's so funny? You don't know you no, he didn't. What's the part that he said? The coach said, what's so funny? You think I'm laughing? And they giggle like and they stopped. So Coach Soldier, yeah, I'm trying to think of what it is. Coach Soldier, yeah, Coach Soldier, you know, he been looking, the dude was so funny and all that, but he never even funny. This one army dude with one army, he been a teenager, so he actually adult now. He was never laugh. And them giggling, them two was still giggling. I don't know what them two was still giggling, but I don't know what's going on. It was weird to me. So he's the one giggle, and he got laugh and all that stuff. So this dude trying to see why they giggled or not, but they just trying to just giggle and all that stuff. So this one dude was giggling. So Coach Soldier was going there, and he gonna say, why are you laughing? And then they not even joke about it. They was trying to stand and they didn't even joke about it. And then them two was said, both of them said, well, I ain't laughing. I'm just joking around. Yeah, we not joking. Yeah, we not even doing anything. We just joking around and all that. And then Coach Soldier was trying to be mad. Then he said that, go in there and time out. He didn't say go in there and time out. He said, do 10 laps. And then this one dude, no, the first dude was trying to do 2 laps. And he said, well, I'm not doing them. And Coach Soldier said, yes, you are. You need to do it, or you're going to end up not going to be team. So do a 10 laps right now. Now. Then he did it 10 laps. So he ended up whatever. And then the second one, Coach Soldier said, you want that? You want some of that too? You're gonna do 2 laps you gonna do 10 laps with him. And he said, oh no, I'm good. I don't want to do it. And Coach Soldier said, good. I heard all of you was gonna say something or laugh, giggle, cause I ain't no funny person. And I tell you what to do, let's team up and let's get it, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So yeah. Then when a monster is growing, everything is just growing as heck. So when a monster growing, they also just growing. So when this dude, he calls and on it, he said hello, and then monster end up like just leaving, and the monster break the whole window. Everything is broken and everything, whatever happens. And then the one dude's looking, and I said, no, not what I said. The one dude's looking, and he hears something like this. So he hears something, and he was caught, and he said, well, like something the way he said. And then the one dude knows that, and he hears it, and he go like this, like that. It go like. And the one dude hear anything. He hears the broken, and then the one dude grabbed a gun, and he's shooting, and he said, "Who's there? Who's there?" So he walks in over there in the window, and the guy and the one time monsters was ran for nowhere. So the monster's completely gone, and then the one dude was walking. Yeah, the one dude was walking, and he go in there walking like this. So he ran. So the monsters ran. So the one dude was walking over here in the window. So the one dude saw the monster right here. The monster. Like he walks like monsters ran. The dude was walking and he saw the monsters was exit. So monster was growing like it was a growing thing, growing. So then they end up fighting every war soldier, whatever you want to call it, you know. So my thing is, well, technically, the war is actually continues. So the war is definitely, they fighting up and they shooting a lot of bad villain and all that stuff. And then when they end up shooting, they end up dying and they shooting. So they also battle and whatever. They battle. So they need help. They're going to get a check and all that. They get a help and all that stuff. They need help and all that. They go in the hospital and check in and all that. And the dude was live. The dude was live forever. They died from whatever. So, anyways, the monsters. So okay, so when they talking, they was at lunch, right? They was at lunch and they were still talking, and you know, they talking, they have a conversation and all that. They was talking, so they also talking. So this dude was standing like this, and he has a hand in the back, just walking around and all that. That's the coast soldier right here. So everywhere they was eating food and all that. So they was talking and all that. So yeah. So in the nighttime, they sleeping and they heard like, and they heard it like cups knocking down and all that, tables knocking down. Well, technically they heard something. So, and the one dude said, "Do you heard something?" And he said, "No, I didn't hear something." And they go back, and then he go back to sleep. And so he go in there and check it. So when he checked it, and he opened the door. So when he came in to open the door, he actually opened the door. So when he came and opened the door, right? He actually opened the door outside, and it gets very cold where technically it was warm. So this dude has a gun, where technically he did got a gun. And he looked in. So this dude walking in the woods, and he has a gun. So he actually just walking in the woods, walking. You know, he just walking. So this dude has a gun in the hand, and the dude was looking, and then bam! Monsters grab him and he kills him. And it kills him. Monsters kills him. And Monster is the villain. Monster is the bad villain. Definitely bad, you know? So yeah. And then Monster grab him and all blood everywhere. It's heard it. But they didn't even heard it, but they was sleeping night. Yeah. They didn't even heard it though. Boom, like no. They didn't even heard it yet. They not even heard it. But they just sleeping. That the dude was came in open, and he just opened it for no reason. He also just opened it. So what happened in the daytime, so this dude was saying like they march in, they just do like that and all that. And then the one dude said, Do you see my friend and all that? Do you see him and all that? He never came in my room. He never came in the room and all that. He said, no, I didn't see him. The army dude was saying, he said, no, I ain't see him. I didn't look for him in the room. I didn't saw him. So he never saw him. So what happened is he found the blood. So I was and he was saying, oh my goodness. So he looked in and he looked in, well, technically he definitely looked it. So he looked at the blood covering it, and the monsters came and attacked him in the woods. Like real talk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was crazy. Understandable. You know? So and when they find out where the monster came from, so at the nighttime, they just looking for the monster. They just looking for whatever they're looking for. And they find that what happened. So long story short, well technically, yeah. The monster, the monster came in and attacked both of them. And then they blow the whistle like, and then go in there and then Soldier coach said, check him. You know what I'm saying? But it was a real crazy thing. So, all right. But I didn't know where they got the monster from. So everywhere they're growing, so the whole monster come in, and there's like a big monsters everywhere. So the monster came in after him. So he actually acted after him, So it was crazy. So when the army, well, they was they was going to what happened. So they going to what's the name, see what happened of Soldier, not Coach Soldier or whatever what happened to him. So long story short, so every army ready to kill monsters. They end up just gonna kill the monster. So right now they're gonna end up just doing a monster. They just gonna end up kill monsters. So yeah, they're gonna kill monsters, and then they're all gonna kill monsters. So they're gonna be kill monsters for life. So they all gonna kill monsters. They're definitely just gonna kill monsters, and they're shooting go brr, brr, and then they and the monster go and then everything is shooting and all that. Monster attacks them and attacks army and all that, scratching and biting and all that, like everywhere and all everywhere. They're a huge monster. They're everywhere. They're like a bunch of monsters everywhere. It's still growing. Monster is so big, and I can tell they're so big, So monsters versus warriors. So warriors, everything like warriors is like type of warriors. Definitely he has a gun. No, he didn't say a gun. I didn't say a gun, but I'm talking about like. Okay, so the one dude has a sword. He kills off the monster. He kills a lot of people. So, okay, so warriors. So warriors, he ended up walking in the freeze. We're walking in where the whole cold air and go wind blowing of him in the body and all that. So this dude actually can talk. Then he actually been with the guy, and he just talked to him. He said, and he was, he always talking and all that. They was talking, have a conversation and all that, they also talking. So warriors, they're actually warriors. So in the meantime, warriors actually definitely are warriors. To the throne, chill throne and all that. And he speaks to him. He said, what do you do? What can I help you deceive them? So he been tell them, I was give you, I was give you, I will give you, or whatever he said. So he forgive him and all that. When he stand up like this in the chair, he said, what is wrong with you? He said, what is with that? What is whatever he said? He said, whatever he's standing up. So, and he goes like this. And he got upset, or he feel a little bit like type of what's the name was going on and all that. So yeah. And then and the dude was right here. He's standing right here. So he actually stand right here. So he stand right here, right? So he stand right here. He's definitely a warrior. So the dude was actually stand right here. So, and then he said, you was going to something, he said. Then when he actually was talking, everything he talking, and he still, technically he was a dude, like he actually he's definitely a dude now. So I could tell technically he was a warrior. So the world did talking, warrior, like the last Airbender. Everything you can see, like they're a bunch of like Tokyo, not Tokyo, but Japanese and all that stuff. So the warrior, warriors, then they have a conversation, they talking and all that, and he do like this, I know you, I know it was something like that he said. So and then they was talking, they was talking, they was said, I know what you was thinking. What are you thinking about it? And he said, what you said, what you talking about thinking about it? What you said thinking about it? Then he said, how you know if he's a person that he knows you? He said, well, I will always something, he said. So a lot of people don't know what warrior is, but this dude actually a warrior. He was saying about he been giving him as a strength. So he giving him a strength where he would say he forgive you, and all that stuff he said he forgive you. So, but I think he must have given something like that he said, but he always protected what's it's going to decide. So they doing a sword fight and all that stuff, technically, yeah. But later, monsters came in the warriors again. So monster came a warriors, monsters definitely came a warriors. So the monsters came in the warriors, immortals warriors, and the kingdom. So when he talked about, like when he told him, he said that my father was here now. Not talk about his father, but my father was teaching me things like he always teaching me things. I'm always, actually, it's my father. I'm always loved to be as my father. And I'm always teach them as my father. That's what he told them. So when they was a warriors, they actually are warriors, and they just actually warriors. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So they're warriors, actually they're warriors, you know? So, long story short, okay, so they're like a bunch of battles. Battles is actually a battle with them. So warriors. And then this dude in the daytime, not in the daytime, but the nighttime, this dude was walking and he hears the monster, and then monsters grab him, and monster killed him, you know, and alive. So in the daytime, warriors actually, you know, and he walks in and he told his father. I didn't even know his father was standing. I didn't even know his father was in the throne with the chair. So his father was said, "Father, I respect you. I respect you. Your Mighness." Then his father would stand up, and he said, "My son, I know you understand that you are my son." And he said, "Thank you, Father." Then so you know, and when the battle continues, they are fighting each other. So monsters came out of nowhere. They basically were saying, they pointing at their monsters. So they said monsters. So they pointing it in through their hand. They say monsters a couple times. So they pour their hand, and so they grab the stick with the sword, and they grab the sword. So monsters and warriors attack each other. So everything is attack each other. So even monsters versus warriors, war, army, and all over the place. So they're everywhere, attacked everywhere. So that monster grabbing and will attack, the go, ah, and then they got a sword, and then they stab the monster, and then all that, and then you know, and the monster throws it at, ah, and then screaming, you know, and then everything actually, you know, they actually attack each other. So when they attack each other, they also, you know, war. War is definitely a war. War is actually ward. Ward is actually like when the guy actually has a gun. They trying to see if the monster came alive and all. So when they seen the vision. They not seen the vision. They seen as an army. Tactics, soldier, war, whatever you want to call it, tanks everywhere. And then, so, you know, and if they save and they survive because they save and survive. So, they actually figure out how a monster was in it, you know? So, they just seen it. They actually seen it. You know what I'm saying? They actually seen it because they just war. You know? Technically, yeah, they war. So they actually seen the monster. So they find the monster. They actually know about where the monster came from. And they actually seen the monster. So yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they actually came out from nowhere. They actually just see if the monster's still alive or not still alive. They actually see where the monster's whatever, and they heard it. The monster, they just heard it. So yeah. So the monsters tax war, and then they shoot and go, and then they tax them and everywhere, grab them and all that shit. They tax them and all that. You know. That's the monsters, and it shoot and go like. Gun, AK guns and all that, and then tax them and all that, you know? Tax them, they all that, you know? They all that, you know? And what's the crazy is everywhere is still battle. They everywhere battle each other. They just battle and all that. So they also just battle. So when you see and when you know about they all when the battle, whatever happens, well, battle and all that, they just battle, you know? And I can tell Monsters is still battle and warriors and all that. The sword fight, like Monsters battle and everywhere, like rah, and then the dude go psh, and then attacks every warrior, wah, and then everywhere, and then the army too, they definitely shooting, and the tanks came, and then tanks go like and attacks the monsters. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. So, and this is the whole battle thing that I talk about. You know what I'm saying? This is the whole battle. You know, this is a whole battle. Whole battle. Monsters versus army, warriors, and then war. This is the story of that. So yeah, that's the story that I tell y'all what it is. So yeah, crazy story. So I hope y'all watching this or see what's going on, just talking and whatever and all that. Yeah, it's crazy moment to me. You know, very crazy. Yeah, completely crazy. You know, for real. So yeah, but I know what's going on and all that. Yeah, most definitely. So, peace out.